what is the outcome of continuous practice of the chant Om?
Om is also another form, vibration of Lord. Om, that is also accepted in Bhagavad Gita. So, Hare Krishna or Om, practically the same value, but this is easier. Yes. And because Hare Krishna was chanted by Lord Chaitanya specifically, Om is generally added just beginning one mantra. That is the Vedic way. Om Tad Vishnum Paramam Padam Sadapasa. Om is also addressing the Lord, Om. And Hare Krishna is also addressing. But this is easier and recommended for this age. Otherwise, transcendentally or spiritually, there is no difference.
What do you believe in reference to Rama Krishna? He was in the Hindu faith.
Not Hindu faith. What is your belief of Ramakrishna?
Well, I've read a little about him, and he supposedly was
What he is? What you have studied about him?
He was an incarnate of God. He believed in Jesus Christ. He believed in Buddha. He believed in yoga. I just wondered if you had anything to do with him.
We have got original Krishna. So, original Krishna includes everyone. Krishna, Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhaja. So, if you believe in the original, the categories automatically come. But the categories under the influence of Maya becomes different. So if you want to study any person, you must have some standard way of studying. How you have accepted this Ramakrishna as incarnation? What is the authority? Simply, suppose if somebody says, I am incarnate, will it be accepted if somebody comes here and says that I am President Johnson? Will it be accepted like that? And if somebody believes in that way, is he a very intelligent man? So, what is your basis of taking Ramakrishna as incarnation? So far, Vedic literature is concerned, we cannot accept. Because in the Bhagavad Gita, it is said, Kamastastai hitagyana jajante annadevata. If somebody is lost of his intelligence, then he worships demigods. What is that?
What do you think of Kundalini or Raja Yoga?
We are practicing the Emperor Yoga. Therefore, Raja Yoga is included there. The Bhagavad Gita says that Yoginam api sarvesam madgata antaratmana Sadhyavan bhajati mang jo sami yukta tamo mata. Anyone who is always thinking of Krishna within himself, he is the topmost yogi. Therefore, a person who is in Krishna consciousness, on the authority of Vedic literature, he is supposed to pass all kinds of yogic principles. What is your understanding of Kundalini Yoga. Do you know?
It's very dangerous.
So why do you accept such dangerous thing?
No, I just wanted to know what you thought of it.
There is no need of, it is not possible to practice such yoga. Yoga practice, that Kundalini process of yoga is not possible in this age. It is very difficult process. We should recommend not to waste your valuable time following something which is not possible to be done by you. That is our recommendation. But if you have got some hobby, that is different. But it will never be successful. It is very difficult to perform. At the present age, as it is recommended and it is followed, practiced and experienced, this Bhakti Yoga is the only possible way for self-realization. It is made very simple. Simply chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Anyone can do it. Any part of the world can people practice it. Of any age, it doesn't matter, either old, young, or child. We have got many children of our devotees, they are also chanting Hare Krishna, and many old men like me, they are also chanting Hare Krishna, and these young boys and girls, they are also chanting Hare Krishna. So it is universal. And all these boys and girls, they are neither Hindus nor Indians, nor they have any knowledge of Sanskrit, but they easily pick up this Hare Krishna and chant and getting the result. So this is the easiest universal method of self-realization in the present age. Any other practice of yoga system will never be successful. It will be simply waste of time.
May I ask this, Swami? If you could answer, have you yourself reached the superconscious state or Christ consciousness state?
Why don't you come and sit down here? What is your question?
I asked Swami if you have yourself reached this Christ consciousness or a superconscious state that talks with the divine.
But it is not very difficult. You can also do that. It is the easiest process. What Christ consciousness? What did Christ say? That you surrender unto God. Did he say anything more than this?
No, the understanding that I had of Christ consciousness was when one's mind reaches a state where he is within all atoms and all the flowers.
That we have already explained, that Krishna is within yourself, within your heart, within my heart, within the atoms, everywhere. So, if Christ thinks also like that, then there is no difference between Christ consciousness or Krishna consciousness. Krishna is also annantarastham paramanuchayantarastham. Nothing can move, nothing can act without spiritual touch. That is a fact. So this world or anything that is moving, Jagat, the Sanskrit name of the world is Jagat, which is moving, making progress. That movement is not possible without the spiritual touch. Just like my body, your body is moving Because there is spiritual spark within you, within me. So, if you can understand this simple fact that nothing can move without spiritual power, touch, just like this watch. This watch is moving. You can say it is machine, but not machine. If I wind, then it will move. Therefore, there is spiritual touch. If I don't wind, if I keep it in my box, it will not move. So this simple truth that without spiritual touch, nothing can move. And spirit is God. Therefore, you can have immediately God consciousness or Krishna consciousness.
Isn't there a difference between, when I say Christ consciousness, to get your mind on the same level as the atoms and a higher level beyond the atoms as pure spirit? Are these two levels of consciousness in the atoms and beyond?
Actually, there is no two level, there is only one level.
One level, yes.
Just like there is one sky, but when the sky is overcast with cloud, you divide the sky. This is friendly sky and this is non-friendly sky. Just like the airlines advertise, fly in friendly sky. Where from this friendly sky comes? The sky is one. But the part of the sky which is covered with cloud, that is unfriendly sky. Similarly, Sarvam Khaludam Brahma, there is, without exception, everything is spirit. But the portion of spirit which is covered by ignorance, the cloud of ignorance, that is matter. Just like, what is material civilization? All activities minus God. This is material. And as soon as all activities plus God, it is spiritual. So, all activities minus God means trouble. And all activities plus God is wholesome, is pleasing. So Krishna consciousness means all activities plus God. We are also doing the same thing. The candle is burnt here. You also have candles at your home. You have got your apartment. This is also apartment. What is the difference between this apartment and your apartment? Because there is relationship of Krishna. So you make everything in relationship with Krishna. It is spiritual. That is the technique you have to learn in Krishna consciousness. Actually, there is nothing but Krishna consciousness. But artificially, we have covered Krishna consciousness with something else, which is called Maya. So, you have to get out of this Maya consciousness and stand in your original Krishna consciousness, then your life is perfect. That is being taught. There is nothing artificial, neither extraordinary, neither very difficult thing. It is very plain and simple.
Is there a regression at all in your system of reincarnation? Can we? What I mean to say is, can a man regress to? If you call it a regression, I don't know. Can a man become, after his body dies, say an animal or an insect of some sort?
Yeah. There are 8,400,000 species of different kinds of life. So, so far my condition is concerned, I am not this body. I am spirit soul. Just I am changing my body, even at the present moment, just like when you were born from your mother's home, your body was very small. Now it has grown. You were a boy, now you are young. Now you will become old man like me also. That means the changing body. There is a simple fact, you are changing. From your childhood body, this body is different. Either you take it that it has grown, or either you take it that the body has changed, the same thing. But actually it has changed. So, the changing of body is accepted. Therefore, it is concluded that when you change this body, you may get another body.
What is it that you take with you? What is it? What is the?
Just I will explain. Now, how this change of body is being done? That change of body is being done according to your mentality. Just like here, you have got different dresses, different features, different modes of life. All these boys and girls and ladies and gentlemen were sitting. Why? Due to different modes of mind. Somebody likes to keep hair, somebody likes to cleanse it. Why? This difference. Difference due to mind. So according to your mind, at the time of your death, the position, the status of your mind will give you a next body. So if your mind is God conscious, then you get your body next like God. And if your mind is dog conscious, then you get your body, next body dog. So it is the question of training your mind. So that at the point of death, if you keep yourself Krishna conscious mind, then you get as good a body like Krishna. This is the whole philosophy. And Krishna's body is Sachidananda Vigraha, full of bliss, full of knowledge, eternal. So we are hankering after eternal body, blissful body, and full of knowledge. That should be the destination. That is our aim. So to fulfill that aim, this Krishna consciousness is very nice.
When we get the next body, does our mind retain much of what it learned in the life before, at least the general principles, or does it start all over again and live within that body and then gain its knowledge through that body?
No, death means forgetfulness. Death, just like when you sleep, you forget your day's activities. So, sleep is partial death. In sleep also, you sometimes sleep that you have got a different body, you are floating on the earth, or you have gone somewhere which you never seen. That means the mind is forgetful of the day's activities. It has taken a different activity. Similarly, as soon as the body is changed, the mind is also changed. Mind function is thinking, feeling and willing. So we feel, think and will according to circumstances. Just like now you have got an American body, you are thinking like American. I have got an Indian body, I am thinking like Indian. Similarly, a dog has got a dog body, he is thinking like a dog. So mind changes also according to the position of the body.
Is it possible through Krishna consciousness to, in the supreme state, to be able to remember all
Yes,
that we were?
it is possible. If you come to the supreme state, you can remember. That is also possible. Because there are instances, one king, Bharat, he died thinking of a deer. So he got his next body as a deer. But he remembered that I was such and such person. And there are sometimes a report in the newspaper that a child is dictating that I have got my home there, and when he goes there he says that he is my son, here I kept in this box this thing. Perhaps there are many instances like that. So that is exceptional cases, it is possible.
Just one more question. Could you tell me why at times it is dangerous to meditate on concentration on the astral world?
Because at the present moment, mind is always disturbed, full of anxieties, you cannot concentrate. Therefore, this process, chanting Hare Krishna, it is forcibly. When you chant, I chant loudly, at least you hear Krishna, your mind is immediately turned to Krishna. So that is meditation. Because after all, meditation means you have to concentrate on the Supreme. The Supreme is not different. Supreme name, Krishna, and Krishna's name, not different. So when you hear Krishna, the name, you immediately remember the Krishna person, and there is no difference between his name and the person. So immediately associate with Krishna. Forcibly. If you don't like, I'll chant Krishna, you will be forced to associate. You will chant Krishna, I will be forced to associate. This is going on. One devotee is forcing another devotee to remember Krishna. And what he will do by meditation? He will think of his office, of his home, of his dog, of his cat. So therefore, meditation not only at the present moment, even 5,000 years ago, when Krishna advised Arjuna that you take to this practice, he said, oh, it is not possible for me. I am a warrior, I am a politician, I have got to do so many things. How can I concentrate my mind? Krishna, excuse me. You will see in the Bhagavad. But we are trying to be more than Arjuna at the present moment. It is simply waste of time. It is not possible. This is the only process of meditation.
I have known some people who have meditated and they don't know how to meditate. And they try to meditate, as I say, on the astral, and they contact the incarnate souls in the astral world. And sometimes they get a hold of the wrong one, and when their mind is left open, these spirits or incarnate souls that are not good will take over the mind of a person. Now, how can one avoid this?
By Krishna consciousness, he can avoid all of these things by simply keeping our consciousness in Krishna. That's all. It is very simple thing. Satatam kirtantam mam jatantascha dirabhrata. That is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Those who are great souls, they are always chanting, glorifying the Lord. So there is no opportunity of engaging the mind in something else, which is nonsense. We are teaching our student, chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. He is being practiced to this. He cannot avoid it. Even if he goes on the street, he will chant Hare Krishna. With samadhi, he hasn't got to attain samadhi. The samadhi is going with him. Samadhi. It is so nice and easy. They are not practicing a breathing exercise or sitting exercise. No. They are ordinary boys and girls. But simply by chanting, they are making practical progress. Their health, their character, their mode of living, everything is increasing, developing, and spiritual advancement means all goodness. It does not mean that a man is spiritually advanced and doing all nonsense. That is contradictory. How pure thing can be impure? Pure is pure, impure is impure. If you say it is impure, pure, how it is possible? One is addicted to all nonsense habit and he is practicing meditation and elevating himself. Is it possible? That is all bogus. As soon as one becomes purified, the manifestation of his character, of his mode of life, living, everything will be purified. That is the test. Parishanubhava. Bhakti parishanubhava. Just like if you are cured, then there is no fever. The temperature is at the normal point. And if you say, I am cured, I am taking medicine, and still my temperature is 105, well, that is not possible. So, advancement in self-realization means purification from material contamination. That is real advance. This is practical. Now, how practical it is? In your country, more smoking, drinking, taking tea, and keeping boyfriend, girlfriend, liquor, meat eating, they are common affairs. How they have avoided all these things? Within very short time. None of them are associating with me more than 1 year. And just see their character. It is so practical. You cannot induce them even to smoke. We don't say that you go on with all nonsense at the same time you become spiritually advanced. We don't talk all this nonsense. There must be practical exhibition that one is advanced in spiritual consciousness. Jasyasti bhakti bhagavata kinchana sarvai gunai tatra samasati. All good qualities will develop. That is spiritual advance. That is the test. But it may be due to my past habit, I may sometimes commit mistake, I may fall down. But Krishna said, Sassad bhavati dharma. Even if he falls down sometimes out of ignorance, still he will very soon become purified. The process is so nice. Just like a fan is moving and make the switch off, still you will see the fan is moving. But rest assured it will stop because the switch is off. Similarly, a person taken to Krishna consciousness, his material life switch is off immediately. And even though it is seen, it is moving, it will stop very soon. So, this Krishna consciousness movement means to put off the switch of material existence immediately. It is so nice. Yeah.
Do you think that drugs would help attain the Krishna's consciousness?
It is nonsense. It will not help, but it is nonsense. Don't allow any kind of intoxication.
Does it interfere with the soul?
Yes, it is artificial. You are already artificially complicated by your this body. Because you are not this body. And you want to make yourself more complicated. And do you mean to say that is advancement? You have to get free. So, just like in order to get free from a type of disease, one has to take proper medicine and proper diet. Similarly, in order to get out of this material contamination, you have to chant Hare Krishna. This is the medicine. And you have to take Krishna prasad, the diet. The disease will be cured. Simple method. And it is practical, you see. When these boys came to me first, from that time and this time, their face has changed so much. And what I am giving them, these fruits, Krishna prasadam, that's all, and chanting. Their mind, their face, their activity, their habit, their character, everything has changed. But what is the process? This medicine and this diet, that's all. There is no surgical operation. It is very simple. You take to it and you see the result. Yes.
What are the good qualities you referred to not too long ago?
To become devotee of Krishna, that is the greatest quality. We are part and parcel of Krishna. We have forgotten it. And when we come to understanding that I am part and parcel of God, that is your greatest qualification. Simple thing. What is the greatest qualification of good citizen? American, when he thinks that I am American citizen, I have to look after the interest of American state. That is his good qualification of good citizens. Similarly, when you transcend all these artificial designations that I am American, I am Indian, I am this or that, I am part and parcel of the Supreme. That is the greatest qualification.
When you succumb to Krishna consciousness or to Krishna, do you still have any obligation to, say, the worldly affairs, making, say, the world a better place?
Yes, this is my obligation, to give them education in Krishna consciousness. That is the best service I am giving to the humanity. Why I have come to a country? I am an old man, just to fulfill this obligation. So, when one becomes Krishna conscious, he feels obligation very extensive, not limited. He is called Mahatma, very broad-minded, not cripple-minded. So I am good, my father is good. Not like that. So Krishna consciousness is so nice that it makes your mind broader. Mahatma. Sa Mahatma Sudullam. The exact word is there in the Bhagavad Gita. Bahunam janmanamante jnanavan mang prapaddate Vasudeva sarvamiti sa Mahatma Sudullam. After many lives, cultivation of knowledge, when one comes to the point that Vasudeva, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is everything, he is the cause of all causes, then he surrenders unto him. But such kind of surrendering soul is very rare. So, in this Krishna consciousness movement, we do not expect that everyone can join. But anyone who joins, it is to be understood that in his previous life he has passed all cultivation of knowledge. Otherwise, it is not possible. But if one is, just like this verse says, Bahunam janmanavante jnanavan man prapaddate. If one is intelligent to understand this verse, that only a wise man, only one who has become very wise after many, many births, cultivation of spiritual knowledge, he surrenders to Vasudeva or Krishna. So, I do not know whether I cultivated knowledge in my past life, but if it is a fact that this is the result of many, many births, cultivation of knowledge, why not surrender immediately and become the most learned, wise man? Take the opportunity. One has to become very intelligent. Just like if one man is earning, say, 100 millions of dollars by depositing little in the bank. So, if somebody offers, all right, you take immediately 100,000 of dollars immediately. So, who will refuse it? So, if it is a fact that one comes to this Krishna consciousness after many, many births, so little intelligence required, then why not take it immediately? Even I did not cultivate knowledge in my past life, let me take immediately. So this opportunity is offered. Take Krishna consciousness. There is no tax, there is no loss, but everything is gain. Try it. At least make an experiment for a week or for fortnight and see. It is not difficult. Simply, we must be willing, that's all. Because every one of us are independent, not fully, little. So, we can use our independence, we can misuse our independence. So here is the offering. Take Krishna consciousness. Now it is your choice. If you can take, it is good. If you don't take, that is your good way. And is there any difficulty to accept our formula? I ask all of you, is there any difficulty? I am asking this. You have asked so many questions to me. Is there any difficulty to accept this formula?
No.
Huh?
No.
So why don't you take it? Thank you. It is so simple, nice. Try to understand by your knowledge, question. We are not pushing forcibly. You have got your intelligence, argument, logic, everything. But you will find it. Chaitanya Dayar Katha Karo Vichar. The author of Chaitanya Charitamrita says that we are placing it for your judgment. Not that we are pushing it by force, that you have to accept it. Just like sometimes it is said that the Mohammedans, they propagated one hand sword and one hand Quran. So either you accept Quran or there is sword for you. It is not that. It is placed for your judgment. And if you like, can accept. Otherwise, I came here empty-handed, I shall go back empty-handed. There is no loss, no gain. So any other question? All right, then join with Hare Krishna. Upendra is chanting.